Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a really interesting topic for you because we're going to talk about sippy cups, because I bet you didn't know, or at least I didn't know until now, that there is a lot to know about sippy cups. So I actually found out that Nikash was interested in a sippy cup because we were at a restaurant one day and I was drinking some lemonade. I put my drink down next to him and I didn't think anything of it. That was a really boneheaded move of me because he could have just knocked it down. But instead, what I saw him do was take it and put his mouth on it, and he instantly sucked up from the straw. So he was like 6 months old and he was drinking from the straw really easily, and that was kind of like, you know, like mind explosion, like, whoa, I didn't know my kid could do that at 6 months kind of a situation. So we went ahead and skipped these types of cups. These are the trainer sippy cups, and you see a lot of people with these. I kept trying to give them to Nikash because I guess I just thought that this is what you give a baby when they're first starting with sippy cups. And the concept is, you know, they are closed so that they don't have spills, because obviously spills are a big issue when you've got a baby, and they, you know, turn it upside down and they have to drink. I didn't want to push it too much on him. He didn't really like that concept of like having to tilt his head back to drink these. So the sippy cup that we've actually used the absolute longest is this one. What makes this one interesting is, so first off, it has this kind of a closure, and I like that, and the straw pops out. But if you as an adult try to suck from it, it doesn't work. So a lot of the time babies are like, they chew it first and they sometimes even play with it. So when you chew and suck at the same time, that's when the liquid comes out of it. So this is great for an infant, for like a first time sippy cup, because they like bite down on it and suck, and then the liquid comes out and it keeps everything from spilling. So when they throw it, inevitably it doesn't spill anywhere. And this one has been really, really great. It doesn't come out really fast either, and I think that's great for an infant baby. Next up is this sippy cup from Munchkin. This is just two parts, this and this, the lid. And what's great about this lid is that it seals when it's just sitting. But the minute your child tips it and starts to suck, it opens up and the liquid comes out. So they get to practice drinking from a real cup, but you don't have to worry too much about spills. When he throws it on the ground, which he does, he always does, it does splash a little bit of liquid on the floor, so be aware of that. It's not completely spill proof, but I find that he really likes this cup, and it really has been a good trainer cup for him, because now he's starting to drink from cups, you guys. It's crazy. He's a big boy. So these are cool. I really recommend these. All right, next up are just straw sippy cups, like pretty straightforward straw sippy cups. This one from Philips Avent has a lid that would circle around it, but what I have found is I hate lids. I kind of hate lids on sippy cups because they become a thing. You know, like if this turns, then that's all Nikash wants to do is like turn it and turn it and turn it, and then he makes a mess, and then he doesn't drink the liquid. It's really annoying. So you'll notice on a lot of my sippy cups, if they have lids, I actually remove them. These are great because they're really straightforward. I mean, at this point, now that Nikash is becoming a big boy toddler, he likes to have a regular straw, and he likes to just like have the liquid come out really fast. What makes it really good though for a toddler still is that it has a silicone tip, so it's still soft. So if Nikash were to throw this one, you'd notice like it would cause more of a spill. It's not bad, but it has a little bit of a spill, especially since I took the cap off. But with this one, because it's enclosed, it's much less of a spill if he does throw it, which again, you guys, inevitably he throws everything, right? So it pops up like that. Again, it's a soft silicone straw. I like that. And all of the liquid comes out really straightforward because it's just a straw like that. This one tends to be a little bit more annoying to clean though, and that's something to kind of keep in mind as you start getting into the straw sippy cups, is the more parts there are, the more that they come apart, and the more you have to actually clean them. So I'd say these are probably a thumbs down from me. They're a perfectly fine sippy cup, but having all these different parts is really annoying. And same with this one. Perfectly fine, but like I said, I took the top off of it, but we still use this. This one we don't really use as much, but this one we do use. And I do like that it tells you how many ounces you're giving, because we're still giving milk, so there you go. All right, next up, weighted sippy cups. These are probably our most used sippy cups in the house right now. Nikash is 21 months old, and he is pretty much, these are like his go-to sippy cups. He loves these. I'll tell you why I love them first, and then I'll tell you why he loves them. So these Zoli ones are, they have lids usually, but I just told you I remove lids. They're so annoying to have on there because all he wants to do is on, off, on, off, on, off. But again, it's that silicone straw, so it's really soft. He can chew on it if he wants, he can walk around with it, and I'm not worried about it. As they get a little bit bigger, or if they get used to like that tilt back motion, they can do that. They can drink from this sippy cup in any direction. Like if Nikash is sitting with us on the couch watching some TV or something and he decides to like lay back, he sometimes does this and he can still drink his liquid. It's kind of genius, a weighted straw. These are our favorite. This is my second favorite, and I'll tell you what the difference is. So I love the size of these because now we're only giving him like 6 ounces of milk, so this is a perfect sized one. When you go back to like all the different parts again, weighted straws are a little bit annoying because there's a weight that you have to take apart. So you pull it off, and then there's only really just then the straw, and you just leave it like this. You don't have any other parts, and that's what I like about this. That's why it makes it so simple, is it's these two and the weight, and that's it. It's really straightforward. This sippy cup is by Dr. Brown's. It has really great reviews on Amazon. That's why I bought it. It's a little bit bigger, so that's what I like about this, is that it holds a little over like 9 ounces of liquid in it. This is the way it works. The cap pops off like that, but you guys, I take all the caps off, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off so you can see it in its true form how we use it. This is a great weighted straw as well. It's kind of the same functionality, but this is what I'm talking about with the parts. So when you take this apart though, check this out. So this part comes off, and then this part comes off. And when you wash them, you have to then put this part back in. And again, it's not rocket science, I realize, but you know what? Busy moms don't have the time for this. So you have to pull this back through and yank on it, and then you have to take this and you have to feed it in here and push it back through. Again, not hard, but if you don't do it tight enough, so you have to make sure this is tight and you have to make sure this is tight, otherwise the suction doesn't actually work. I've actually handed this to Nikash before, and he just like throws it and doesn't want to bother with it anymore because it turns out I didn't pull it tight enough. It's a perfectly fine sippy cup, but I do love the Zoli one much better. It's just a little bit smaller. Okay, and then last I'm going to talk about the big kids sippy cups because we're starting to dabble in those. I'm learning a lot about them, and I don't know, I feel like maybe if you're watching you might want to know about them too. So first off is Camelback. This says it's for like 2-year-olds. What I like about it is that, again, it's a soft straw. You know, when we use something like this, it's usually when we're out, right? When he's like at the park, or if we're going for a walk, we take a big sippy cup like this because it holds a lot more water in it and we can be out longer. So I'm not worried, again, that he's gonna hurt the inside of his mouth at all if he falls with it or if he like hits his head with it. There's crazy things that happen. I'm being a little paranoid, but a silicone straw, it makes it easier. There's also these take and toss sippy cups. These are really popular. They're kind of like cheaply made so that you can take them wherever you want and you can toss them if you need to because you don't spend a lot on a pack of them, and they're really popular. And I always see kids with these, and I bought them. I bought them for Nikash because I was like, oh, these are a great concept. But then I realized they're truly for big kids. They're not for your toddler at all. I have a nanny. I don't make that a secret. I have a nanny. That's how I get to work and be a mom at the same time. And she saw me with these one day and she was like, first off, Nikash absolutely has to be sitting if he's using one of these because things will spill. But this straw is hard. So it's not a silicone straw, it is a plastic straw, but you don't want your kid running around with a straw like this because it's a hard straw. You gotta be careful, you know, it's one of those things. And I think, you know, we get really relaxed when we think that these are like for babies or for toddlers. It's not necessarily, right? Like we actually do need to watch our kids and we need to make sure they're not running around with a cup like this and a straw like this. Last, this is Nikash's favorite, and I think it's because it's mommy's favorite. This is a Hydro Flask for kids. He loves my Hydro Flask because he sees me drinking it all day long. I've talked about that before. So I got him his own Hydro Flask because he was stealing my Hydro Flask all the time. It's awesome. It keeps all of the liquids cold or hot if you want them to be. I think he likes it because it makes him feel like a big boy. And he really is, you guys. He's at that point in his toddlerhood where he wants to be the big boy. He wants to be a big kid, and he knows there's a difference now between being a baby and a big kid. And so the Hydro Flask is awesome. Again, I make him sit down with this because it's a hard sippy cup. It's not a sippy cup. That's why. It's not a sippy cup. So it's a hard straw, but he loves it, and it really does hold a lot. And we get to be matchy-matchy because Mommy has her own Hydro Flask, and I think he really likes it. So big kid cup, Hydro Flask. I love it. I recommend it. So that's my little rundown on sippy cups and what I've kind of learned about them over the past year and a half. I can't believe I own this many sippy cups. I hope that this was helpful for you because, you know, I didn't really know anything about sippy cups. I didn't know this many sippy cups existed on the market. It's kind of crazy. Tell me below in the comments which sippy cup you loved, if you loved any of these ones, or if there's one I should check out. Anything that you want to tell me in the comments. You can find me in our private Facebook group. It's called Fam for All Moms. I'll leave a link below in the description. And until next time, I will talk to you soon. Bye.